Kraven the Hunter is ready to debut on cinema screens this year. The character is one of the most notorious enemy of our favorite hero, Spider-Man.
A ghost in the trees. No man ever started with less. He is no normal man.
After remaining in development hell for the last decade, the character is finally ready to hunt in the first live-action movie. There are many interesting things about this villain as well as the movie itself. What is so special about this comic character, and in what universe is it appearing? Well, the Cine Wizard has got your back when it comes to such questions. So sit back and enjoy this video, because today you are going to meet with Kraven the Hunter. Before we start to unravel the movie details, let us tell you about this villainous but charming comic book character. Kraven the Hunter is a supervillain character who first appeared in Marvel Comics in 1964. It was created by Stan Lee himself and artist Steve Ditko. His real name is Sergei Kravenov. In comics, he is depicted as the Russian nobleman. His family immigrated to America due to the February Revolution. He became an obsessive big game hunter and considered it an art form. Later, he made Spider-Man his target to establish himself as the world's best hunter. He is depicted as a muscular, tall and bearded man, wearing a distinctive lion vest and an ammo belt. His signature weapon is a spear with a lion's head on top. Regarded as one of the most powerful enemies of Spider-Man, Kraven possesses superhuman strength, speed and agility. He gained all these abilities through a serum developed by his half-brother, the Chameleon. The character has undergone several changes throughout the years. He is also a founding member of the supervillain team, the Sinister Six. The character has been a popular antagonist in Spider-Man comics and has been adapted into various media like video games and animated series. As you may remember, the character was first teased in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even before that, Sam Raimi presented the idea to introduce Kraven in his fourth film. Unfortunately, his idea was cancelled in the wake of reboot of the Spider-Man franchise. The character remained in development because of the conflict between Sony and Marvel. However, things changed in 2015 when both Marvel and Sony entered into a new agreement. After this agreement, Spider-Man was officially introduced in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thanks to this new union, we have movies like Spider-Man Homecoming and sequels. From that point, Sony also announced their own shared universe called Sony's Spider-Man Universe. This universe began with Venom in 2018. They were considering a Kraven film for it. Director Ryan Coogler tried to include this character in his MCU film Black Panther. However, he later learned that Sony had exclusive film rights to it. In August 2018, Richard Wenk was hired to write a screenplay for this villain's own movie. He was tasked with introducing this character to big screens and figuring out which hero he could hunt in the film. Since Spider-Man was unlikely to appear due to the Sony-Marvel deal, Wenk remained faithful to the character's comic book lore. But this arises a big question about this upcoming film's story. If Spidey is not appearing in this movie, then who's gonna be hunted by Kraven? To know that, we have to divulge the storyline. The exact details of the plot for this film are still under wraps. No official synopsis has been released by Sony, but it doesn't mean that we can't guess its potential storyline. According to reports, the film will be heavily based on the comic book series Kraven's Last Hunt. In this series, Kraven defeats Spider-Man and takes his identity. After his defeat, he proves that he's the best hunter in the world. This comic book is regarded as one of the greatest Spider-Man stories of all time. But since the web-slinging hero can't appear in this movie, it is hard to determine how this story is going to be pulled off. Nevertheless, due to the charismatic nature of this hunter, the movie is going to be epic. There is a lot of talent behind this upcoming movie. First off, we have Richard Wenk, who wrote the script. He is famous for writing scripts for some critically acclaimed movies like Equalizer and The Mechanic. But he is not alone in the venture. Art Markham and Matt Holloway also joined him in developing the script. This duo also has an impressive portfolio with movies like Iron Man and Uncharted. J.C. Chandler is helming this project as a director. Before this movie, he is known for directing some famous movies like Margin Call and Triple Frontier. The movie will be produced by Matt Tolmach, Amy Pascal, and Avi Arad. Sony has hired Ben Davis as a cinematographer. He has worked on many superhero movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange. With all this talent, fans are excited to see how it turns out. Sony wanted to cast an A-lister from Hollywood to portray this character. To do so, many big names like Brad Pitt, Keanu Reeves, John David Washington, and Adam Driver were approached by the studio. However, they ultimately decided to cast Aaron Tyler Johnson. Thanks to his amazing acting in Bullet Train, Aaron was successful in winning this role. Known for his performance in movies like Kick-Ass and Avengers Age of Ultron, he has signed on to play this character in multiple movies in the future. Oscar-winning actress Ariana DeBose is playing the role of Kraven's love interest, Calypso. Before her, it was offered to Jodie Turner-Smith, but due to the scheduling conflict, Ariana was later cast to portray it. In the comics, Calypso is typically an enemy of Spider-Man. She is a voodoo priestess who uses magic potions. Alessandro Nivola and Christopher Abbott has been cast as the villains. Abbott is playing the main villain, the Foreigner. Kraven's half-brother, the Chameleon, will be played by Fred Heckinger. Russell Crowe and Levi Miller have also been cast in undisclosed roles. Filming for the movie took place in Iceland in February 2022. True North Productions handled the production services there. Over a period of 2 days, an 80-person crew was involved in the shooting. After that, the principal photography took place in London on March 2022. In mid-June, Aaron Tyler confirmed that he had completed film and that the film was shot entirely on location. Some scenes were also filmed in Glasgow, Scotland. During CinemaCon in April 2022, Sony presented a sneak peek of their upcoming movies. This film was also included in the clip. Although the footage was brief, it showed Aaron holding onto a car, which increased excitement for the movie. Many fans have created their own concept trailers for it, but an official trailer from Sony has yet to be released. However, since the movie is already in post-production, it is expected that we will see an official trailer soon. It was originally set to hit theaters on 13th January 2023, but Sony has since pushed back the release date to 6th October 2023. Interestingly, this is the same weekend that the studio has used in the past for the Venom movies. Now, for those of you wondering how you can watch the movie, we have got some news for you. After the theatrical release, Kraven the Hunter will be available to stream on Netflix. It is a part of the deal struck between Netflix and Sony Pictures back in April 2021. Under the deal, the streaming giant gets the exclusive pay-one window for new films from the studio. It means the movie will be available to stream after it hits video on demand and home video. So how much are you excited about this film? Tell us in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe the Cine Wizard.